to see her.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hey.
How's it going? I know this was a show I was supposed to do quite a few years ago, I think, and I kept getting canceled.
2 years ago, girl.
Good memory. Do you guys have any questions or anything? Let's go for it.
I was wondering if you've ever heard of Waldorf education and if you've ever, well, yes, you have heard of it?
Oh, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of Waldorf education, and if you have, what do you think of it? I read your book and I saw that you quoted Ralph Steiner, and my children go to Waldorf school, and I'm like, when are you going to ask her about Waldorf? Case, you're my son Levi's age.
He goes to older school. There's one in Nashville. Yeah, and I do like it a lot. My family actually had a documentary made on them a couple years ago about living the principles of Rudolf Steiner. But it's in Swiss, so you won't enjoy it. I speak Swiss. I don't mean Swiss. I don't mean to judge. Yeah, I think it's a great education for me. And so far, it's what we're into.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What else?
Do you think you're going to do another tour with Steve Cole?
Yeah, I'm always happy to tour with them. Yeah.
I was going to ask where Case stays when you travel, but obviously with you, so that's awesome. Does he travel everywhere or when you tour?
I'm really lucky, it's hard as a mom to figure out how to balance work, and it's funny what a hot debate it is about should moms work, should moms not work, and I see moms turning on each other, which is bizarre to me. I think every woman has to figure out what works for them and what makes them happy. I think our children want us to be happy, and there's no easy road to finding that balance. I've seen everything in the spectrum from women that put everything into their children to when their children left, they actually hadn't developed themselves along the way. Which can be really difficult to face when your children leave, to women that managed not to do that were stay-at-home moms, to people that gave everything to their career and neglected their children, to people that didn't. I mean, it's really an amazing spectrum, and as women, hopefully with the support around us, even if we don't, we have the internal permission to let ourselves find that balance. And it's not any hard line that I've found. His needs change. And my needs change, and so just making sure that both our needs are getting met and trying to give myself permission to figure out what kind of mom I am. And I feel lucky. I actually have a job where I get to bring my son, and that's a gift that I feel very, very blessed for. But that said, he has to be in school here at some point, and so I'm looking at changing my job and my lifestyle so I can settle down a little. It would be nice.
On that note, do you have any advice for, I'm gonna have a boy in like 2 months. Thank you. Any advice for like new moms with a little boy?
I've read there's these books for boys that was recommended to my very wonderful child psychologist. I forgot what those are though, so I'm trying to look this up and post it.
Awesome.
To me, it's just one of the things that have helped me the most is really writing down what my values are and what my family values are. So that you know how you're defining yourself and your family. And I'm trying to think of what else has really, really helped me along the way. I really like sleep training. There's a guy named Dr. Weisbluth that has an amazing book on sleep training and sleep habits of children. And there's Simplicity Parenting by Kim Jong Payne. It's an incredible book that I would really highly recommend.
What was that?
Simplicity Parenting. And in fact, if you just Google Simplicity Parenting, he has a website.
Cool.
But you'll love it.
For your son.
Wait, sorry, 1 second. Sorry, what did you say?
I have a question for your son. Do you like Paw Patrol?
She has to be like that. You can look her in the eyes and answer. He loves it. Yeah. We don't watch much of it, but yeah.
What skincare line do you use?
What skincare line do I use? I get asked that so much. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. I sort of create my own little potions and lotions. And a lot of it has to do with diet and hydration, and a lot of supplements that I take, as well as staying really hydrated on the road and stuff.
Can you post your suggestions or?
Yeah, I can. And and I'm looking at maybe possibly creating some kind of line. Excuse me while I drop my child on his head. Yeah.
What would be your best collaboration, your favorite collaboration in your music with an artist or a writer?
Say that again.
Your favorite collaboration with the artist, with the song that you've done and written?
My favorite collaboration, probably Merle Haggard was a good one for me. Dolly Parton's on my current album, and that was a huge one. Huge one for me. Yeah. Yes, you. That's a good level, so I'm just going to penalize you for that. It's May 23rd, 1974. What else? Is it okay when I'm celebrating? Good luck. Westella, I can't remember much about Westella. It's a pretty town. It's been a while since I've been in Anchorage. I don't think it's even the prettiest place to go. So if you stay in the peninsula, the Keenan Peninsula, you'll do pretty good.
Any place to eat?
What?
Skagway.
Skagway? Are you from Alaska?
No, we went a few years ago. We never went.
Did you like it? Yeah.
We don't know how you're.
It's pretty special. I know.
Do you get to go back?
It takes me 2 days to get there, so that kind of puts a crimp in my ability to commute from there. So, I haven't been up there since he's been born. I've been waiting till he was old enough to remember us of the summer, maybe. Yeah. And what else? Yeah.
Did you ever have to overcome any anxiety getting from like where you were to where you are now? Karaoke to here?
From karaoke to here, did you say?
Yeah, basically, from just kind of hitting bars or clubs or, the cafe. The transition between that and then, I'm suddenly recording.
Oh, you mean the anxiety of going from small to big?
Yeah.
Got it. It's interesting. Life can give you anxiety no matter what you do. I have learned. How you handle anxiety is really critical. For me, it was learning to see the negative voices that were in my head and find what I call the antidote thought. So at different stages in my life, whether I was homeless, I had intense agoraphobia, which is an intense fear of leaving your house, paralyzing panic attacks. I had to learn what was causing that, and I didn't have a support group or therapist or anything I could rely on. And so I had to learn to analyze my thoughts and go, what lies is my brain telling me? And then what's the opposite of that thought? And then just start saying that thought. I called it my antidote, saying the antidote thought more than I said the other thought. And learn to interrupt those fear cycles. And I've had to do that again and again in my life. It ended up becoming an incredibly useful skill for myself. Even, I talk about in my book, when I did the movie, it was frightening because I was a non-actor with some of the best actors in the country, and these little voices in my head saying, you don't know what you're doing, you're going to fail, and I had to have an antidote thought. And I actually had to create tapes for myself that I would play all night, just to keep myself calm enough to keep myself even capable of showing up to work the next day without short-circuiting. So yeah, lots of anxiety, learning to be an authentic person in an industry that isn't typically known for being authentic. But I think we all face that in our lives, whether we're on a public stage or not.
Thank you.
It's well known that you have forgotten songs and
Good
lyrics.
projection and voice, well done. Yes.
It's well known that you've forgotten lyrics and songs throughout your career.
Yes.
But are there any songs of yours or someone else that are seared into your memory that you will never forget?
That's a good question. I am famous for forgetting my lyrics, so you guys will see me tonight forget a lot of lyrics, probably. A song that I'll never forget. No, I'm probably capable of forgetting about it. Nothing's immune. We'll never know when I get Alzheimer's. It'll be hard to tell. Case would like like to introduce you to somebody.
This is
Sorry, yes. Gotta play a song and get rolling. Okay, I guess there's people waiting to come in. Yeah.
Just kind of the opposite of that question. Is there a song that gives you a lot of trouble? Like, is there one that you always forget the lyrics to or something? Is there a troubled song?
Pretty random.
Okay.
Sometimes I space out while I'm singing and it's like driving down the freeway going, what exit am I on? Am I on the bridge? Did I sing the second verse? Just depends. Yeah, depends on the night. Okay, one more and that's it.
Do you have any close friends that you see on a regular basis that live, maybe they're older parents, that aren't famous, that you see all the time? Like, do you have a mom's group, or is it like the celebrities? Or I'm just trying to get a picture of what you're doing when you're not touring and writing books and do websites.
So what do I do besides my job? Kind of like what is it like at home?
Normal life?
I don't have a bunko life. Like, do you do mom groups and stuff?
I don't do moms groups. I travel a lot. We're on the road quite a bit. I quit for quite a few years while I was trying to get pregnant when I had Case. The only things I did were some children projects from home. And then I just now started working, and it's been pretty busy doing the book and the other thing. For me, it's been kind of reaching out and finding people that are like-minded that can help me learn skills that I want to learn as a parent. But like I said, I'm looking at changing my lifestyle so that once he's in school, I'll have about 1 more year to figure out what I want to do when I'm grown up. So I can put him in school and have some routine and still do things that I'm passionate about. Because it actually is